It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11, and holy cow, what an interesting and already explosive season. We have so much to look forward to this season, and the housewives are already speaking out against each other. Now, we know how this works. As soon as the show airs, the housewives, they go on Twitter during the episodes, they revisit what they had to hash out on the episode, and they talk about their feelings or their thoughts. They also do interviews, and 9 times out of 10, they're usually slamming each other as opposed to applauding each other. Well, that's no different in this case, and I feel like this next housewife that I'm about to talk about sort of has a reason for her feelings. Not sort of, she does. She has a valid reason for her feelings. Garcelle has slammed Lisa Rinna as conniving. Ouch. She did an interview and she was talking about the fact that Lisa Rinna is an actress and she was an actress before anything. So she feels like she is the one who's most likely to stir up drama for the cameras. She feels like while there are some cast members who are on the show who might come off a little bit blonde sometimes and might not necessarily know why they are stirring up drama, it might actually be dramatic for them in that moment. That's not how she feels about Lisa Rinna. She feels honestly that Lisa Rinna is conniving. Hold on, wait. I'm not going to put words into her mouth. This is what Garcelle said. Lisa knows when the cameras are on. And when it comes to which housewife would be most likely to start drama for the cameras, again, she's going back to Lisa Rinna. We got a couple of blondes in there. That's all I'm saying. And Lisa definitely knows when the cameras are on for sure. I mean, she started as an actor. She knows what she's doing. And I think that's a fair perspective only because Garcelle was an actress too. I mean, she was just on Coming to America too. She's had a full career and she's on The Real. Garcelle knows what she's talking about. I don't know if I would necessarily call someone conniving. I don't know Lisa Rinna personally, but she's speaking on her feelings and her thoughts when it comes to her relationship with Lisa. But hold on, wait, there's more. I've known her for 20 plus years, and on the show, she's definitely different. The show sort of wants you to amp stuff up. So with that, I can kind of see where she's coming from. Garcelle also threw a little bit of shade at Kyle Richards when they were asking her who is the most loyal housewife. And she did point out she feels like it's Kyle Richards, but she said she feels like Kyle is more loyal to the rest of the group, not necessarily Garcelle herself. Before we get into what Crystal Kung Minkoff has been saying, I just want to add the fact that Garcelle said, she pointed out that she feels like all of the OGs need a season off. She said all of them. Technically, there's only one left. That's Kyle Richards. So we cut your shade, Garcelle. So before I ask you how you're enjoying or if you are even enjoying Crystal Kung Minkoff, I personally think she's a great addition. I think Sutton's a great addition too. I just want to talk about how Crystal Kung Minkoff sees Sutton. She feels like Sutton Strack, our newbie, our new diamond holder, even though she was a friend of last year and she was supposed to be a diamond holder, she feels like she is highly insecure and a ridiculous human being. If you guys missed this past week's episode, they have this sort of altercation, this interesting conversation where Crystal Kung Minkoff is trying to share her perspective of what it was like growing up and experiencing racism and everything she had to go through. Now, to be fair, I think when anyone is speaking out about their experiences, especially on a show when we're trying to get to know whoever the person is, I think that you should be more of an ear and listen as opposed to cutting them off. Now, Sutton did make it known in that moment, we're not doing this. I'm not having a conversation about race. I see everybody as equal. Well, Crystal Kung Minkoff said, of course you do. She's like, please tell me you're one of those women who don't see color, right? You don't see color? Are you one of those women who don't see color? And Sutton said in her interview, no, I don't see color. What's wrong with that? I see everyone as equal. Crystal also pointed out the fact that, well, that's easy for you to do. You don't experience racism. And this is where Sutton tried to let everyone know in the group, yes, I have. I'm a Southern woman. And part of being a Southern woman comes with the stigma that everyone thinks that I'm going to be racist. And she feels like she walks around and carries that burden. Now, she even looked at Erica across the table in this past episode, and she's like, don't you agree with that? Erica, you're from the South. Wouldn't you say the same thing? And Erica just said, not really. Sutton, when you thought they had your back, they did not. Now, maybe that's the reason why Crystal was deeming Sutton Strack as this ridiculous human being. But when it comes to the highly insecure comment, that solely has to do with what we just witnessed on this past episode. All of the women are sitting around having dinner, socially distancing like they're supposed to. And Kathy Hilton thought it would be funny to pull a prank. She says, let's do bottoms up. So bottoms up is where they get a martini and they chug it as fast as possible. And then maybe after they'll do a second one. Well, Kathy Hilton was behind the joke, behind the prank. And we've heard she is a little bit of a prankster. But really, when she was asking for these vodka martinis, she was whispering to the server, hey, will you fill it up with water and put olives in it? And then I'm going to get the other women to do it. That way they get drunk. I mean, those weren't her words exactly, but that's what she was trying to do. However, all of the women ended up becoming in on the joke. And with that, it didn't backfire, but it almost made the joke on Kathy. Well, all of the women were texting at the table and Sutton saw them all going back and forth around the table. And she felt like they were talking about her. She got incredibly upset in the van on the way back home. And she just addressed the women saying, I think it's rude. You guys were talking about me when nobody was talking about her at all. Crystal is over it. She called Sutton probably dude 10 times. And she was just like, dude, what? You're ridiculous. Get over yourself. It wasn't even about you. Crystal nudged her under the table, kicked her when she was talking about it because she was just letting her know, no, shh. This joke, this was a prank that was supposed to be on Kathy. It had nothing to do with you. Sutton went into a little bit of a tizzy by just pointing out the fact that she kicks her under the table and she was upset. She's like, oh, my voice is gone. Sorry, guys. She was like, you know, that's not nice. She's crying. She's upset. And none of the women understand it. To be honest with you, I didn't understand it either. It's not ever fun to be the brunt of someone's joke or be on the opposite end of it. But at the end of the day, they're all trying to just point out the fact it wasn't even about you. It was about Kathy. So stop making it about yourself. There's nothing to be talked about here, really. Kyle Richards even had to pull Sutton Strack aside and say, if you're a confident woman, then you need to start acting like it. Now, guys, we know that that's not the end of the Crystal Sutton saga. If you guys have seen the super trailer, we know that Crystal and Sutton will be going toe-to-toe again. And this is where Sutton walks away in a little bit of a dramatic way and yells, what am I jealous of? Your ugly leather pants? And Crystal's just sitting there smirking. She's like, girl, bring it. I don't care. I'm here. I'm a part of the show. And I'm just as much a part of the show as you are. So if you have something to say it to my face. You want to go? Get in the ring. Let's do this. This is probably why Crystal will be sticking around for quite some time. I don't want to just give you all of my opinions, but I really want to know what yours are. What do you feel about Garcelle slamming Lisa Rinna as conniving, saying she does what she does for the cameras, knowing full well, being very aware that the cameras are there in the first place? And how do you feel about Crystal's assessment on Sutton Strack? Are you team Crystal or are you team Sutton? Do you have a favorite housewife if you had to pick between the two to stay on the show? I'm so excited to see this. Actually, I wish I could put a poll. Guys, if you haven't already, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.